This is what happens inside our cells when she drinks too much water. This is a semi-permeable membrane that separates the inside of the cell from the outside of the cell. First, let's explain the basics. The cell membrane is a phospholipid bilayer composed of polar heads and nonpolar fatty acid tails. For the purpose of active transport, different kinds of proteins are spread throughout the membrane. Here we can see two water molecules diffusing down the concentration gradient in order to reach equilibrium without requiring any cellular energy. This is called passive transport. Other molecules that are too large to pass through the semi-permeable membrane require help from the proteins powered by ATP inside of the protein. This is called active transport.
Homeostasis is important because it keeps everything in cell regulated and makes sure nothing is imbalanced.
Isotonic solutions mean that there are equal amounts of water on both sides of the membrane. Water is equally moving in and out of the cell membrane. Homeostasis is maintained because everything remains balanced. Hypertonic solutions mean that there is less water on the outside, more water on the inside, and more solute on the outside of the cell, which means that because of osmosis and concentration gradients, the cell will dry up. Hypotonic solutions mean that there's more solute on the inside of the cell than there is on the outside of the cell. So water from the outside of the cell will go into the cell and will continue going in until equilibrium is reached or until the cell will overload on water and explode.
If something goes out of balance and homeostasis is not maintained, then no matter what happens, the cell will eventually die. And once one cell dies, then other cells typically will have the same effect, and it will have a very bad effect overall on the organism.
Because water is hypotonic to cellular fluids, the water will rush into her cells and cause them to explode.